All right, guys, you know I'm weird, and you know I'd love to come out of left field and do videos for you that have to do with Michael Jordan cards that nobody else in the world is thinking about. So I'm bringing you something today that is incredibly unique. We are going to look at the Michael Jordan cards that are out there where he shares a card with another player. It could be Michael and another player on the front. It could be Michael and 3 other players. It could be Michael on the front, a player on the back. It could even be our worst nightmare, another player on the front and Michael Jordan on the back. We went through the hierarchy, or I did, and I put together my top 10 Michael Jordan hierarchy cards where he is sharing the card with another player. If you see a PSA label, if you search in eBay, there's going to be another player's name in the title of the card because it's their card also, with an asterisk on one of these, okay? But I'm also going to do my top 10 in order, and then I'm going to do 8 honorable mention. Start thinking in your head. Think if you can name 18 Michael Jordan cards that he shares with another player. That's what today's video is about. Stay tuned. I think you could probably guess what card number 1 is. I will give you a hint. I ranked them in order of what I perceive to be the hobby demand. So I'm going to talk about the most in demand card as number 1, work our way through honorable mention, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way to card number 1. Can you figure out what Michael Jordan's number 1 most in demand card is that he shares with another player? That's what today's video is about. We're not talking about price or money or anything like that. I've got every one of the cards, so I'm going to show them to you in my vault. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. All right, guys, this is the poster. 2 feet by 3 feet, glossy, high definition, 378 Michael Jordan insert and parallel cards from the 80s and 90s. And then the best kept secret on the back of these posters, you've got the largest Michael Jordan pack odds list in the hobby. Get your posters now. Still plenty available in inventory. Thank you in advance for supporting the channel. All right, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Let me pay some bills real quick. All of the images that I show you guys are going to be of my cards in Fanatics Collects Vault over in Tigard, Oregon. I use the vault because it helps with sales taxes on cards, having a vault shipping address in a state with no sales tax. I leave my cards in the vault. I then sometimes sell my cards on the Fanatics weekly auction. If you guys want to support this channel, in addition to subscribing, liking, commenting, and hitting the bell icon, you can actually do something else that costs you no money, but it really helps me a ton, and that's use the promotional code Cajun if you ever decide to sell your cards on Fanatics, on the weekly auction, on the premier auction. If you decide to sell them, buy it now. Whatever you do, if you get a chance, put that promo code Cajun, all capital letters, into your submission and go flag each of your cards with that promo code, and a little fraction of Michael Rubin's money comes out of his pocket, comes out of Fanatics, and comes back to support the Cajun Cardboard channel so I can keep bringing you guys great videos like this where we talk about obscure Michael Jordan basketball card lists. Okay, let's not waste any more time. We got to do our honorable mention first. You guys know me. Whenever I do a top 5, a top 10, a top 23, I still have to do an honorable mention. We're going to fly through honorable mention. Number 1, and this is the card with the asterisk. It's kind of tricky. It's a Michael Jordan card. It's Topps Profiles, but if you zoom in, you'll notice there's our little friend, the Admiral, down there in the corner. This is the 1996 Topps Profiles Michael Jordan, PF3. And then I've also got, for your viewing pleasure, there's a Topps Chrome version of that card as well. The Topps, again, probably a little aesthetically more pleasing, but there's the Admiral down there. And I think on the back, the Admiral gives a quote about just how great Michael Jordan is. And that's why David Robinson appears on the card, because here's his insights about Jordan, right? Next on our honorable mention list, we've got this tricky one here. It's Jordan, it's Rodman, it's Pippen, it's Ron Harper, and then on the back there's a checklist. But this is the 97 Topps Chrome Bulls NBA champions. There's a refractor version, there's a regular version. You're looking at the refractor version on your screen. There's a couple of Bulls cards out there like this throughout the hobby. Again, I'm not naming every Michael Jordan shared card in the world here today. I'm just giving you my 8 hierarchy cards that are in the honorable mention. I couldn't believe it. There's 18, or really more than that, but
essentially, you'll see what I mean. 18 Michael Jordan cards in the hierarchy where it's more than just Michael Jordan, right? 378 cards in this Michael Jordan hierarchy, and 18 of them he shares with other people. I thought it was interesting. This one's tough, and a lot of people would not have added this one to the list, but this is in the honorable mention. This card can be very, very valuable in high grade, but you're looking at the 1996 SPX Force, and it's Michael Jordan, Jerry Stackhouse, Mitch Richmond, and Latrell Sprewell, all on the front of this very intricately die-cut SPX, is always wild card. This card in a 9.5 is only a pop 6. It's a pretty rare card, pretty tough pack odds, and a lot of people don't have it in high grade. I'm lucky enough to have a BGS 9.5 copy. And then next we got the Nemesis. This is a card probably most of you guys would have gotten. It's a very affordable Jordan card. It's in tier 4. You can go out and you can snatch one of these. You got Jordan and Dumars on the front. There's also a members only version of this card, which is the members only stamps kind of down by Jordan's feet on the front of the card. On the back of the card, you'll see it's more Dumars and then Jordan in the background. So Nemesis, however you want to pronounce it. It was just basically a really cool insert set that Stadium Club did back in the day. And of course, there's always going to be a members only parallel whenever there's a Stadium Club insert, but it's a cool card they did back in the day where it was just kind of like shooting guard matchups, big men matchups, wing matchups, point guard matchups of some of the true, nemesis out there in the NBA back in the 90s. And of course, Jordan and Dumars were, but it was a mutual respect between those two. That might have been the only dude on the Bad Boy Pistons that Jordan respected, to be quite honest with you, is Dumars, Gentleman Joe. And now he's down in New Orleans ruining our home state franchise in a quick fashion, like he is literally burning the New Orleans Pelicans franchise to the ground. 95 Jordan Caffey, without any equivocation, unquestionably, this is going to be the worst player that Jordan shares a card with. He may be the worst player that Jordan shares a card with of any type. I'm thinking of the Harold Miner face-to-face. Harold Miner did not have a great career either, but he was probably better than Jason Caffey. I don't know. I think he was probably a sexier player to collect, right, than Jason Caffey. But Jason Caffey, for those of you that don't know, this is the 95 finest veteran rookie. Jordan on the front right here, right? And this card comes with a peel. This one has no peel the way God intended it, and it's a PSA 10, which makes it pretty tasty, if I do say so. But there's your man, Jason Caffey, right on the back, and that is on the slab. That is, or it's a Band-Aid on his head. That can't possibly be on the card. Good Lord, what is that thing? That's the first time I've ever rolled the card over and looked at the back. Hopefully that's not a missing piece of paper. It looks like it's just something that was on the card when they took the picture. But Jason Caffey's on the back. So you got a rookie on the back, you got a veteran on the front, and this is card number RV20 in this insert set, which is Jordan and Caffey. These are all honorable mentions still. Jordan and Pippen dish and swish. This was a tough omission. I mean, a lot of people could claim that this should be in the top 10. Well, let's get to the top 10, and then you guys can kind of let me know what you guys think. And I do want you to comment. I want you to let me know if A, if I forgot one, and B, if I just got something flat out wrong. Here's the problem. This card's got Pippen on the front, dish, and Jordan on the back, swish. The real problem is that that's the way it's supposed to be slabbed, technically, right? Pippen should be on the front, and Jordan should be on the back. Obviously, this is a card that I purchased in the slab because I left the coating on. And you guys know I would always peel the coating off. It's a card that I would maybe one day consider peeling the coating and running it up the flagpole and trying to get a PSA 10, but it will be a tough sell. Again, why is Pippen on the front and Jordan on the back? Well, it's real simple. Remember, if you ever have a card number, this is DS4 in the Dish and Swish set. If you ever see a card number and a bunch of copyright information, that's the back, right? And so this was technically slabbed correctly. PSA will slab it however you tell them to slab it if you are bold enough in the notes and the comments. Here's the face-to-face. Jordan on the front, Harold Miner on the back. This is not a hierarchy card. I don't think it's a hierarchy card, but it qualified. It could have been. I just didn't think the demand was there for this card, and I just happen to have a little baby version of this card, which may or may not even, I think this might even be in a weekly auction. I might not have this much longer. By the time you see this video, this card might be gone. It's a great image of Jordan on the front. It's a miserable card to find in a PSA 10. And Jordan's doing the heavy lifting on this card, not Harold Miner. So there's my honorable mention, 8 cards that did not make the top 10. Let's get cranking with our top 10, starting with card number 10. And I've got them pulled up in my vault. Ain't no shame in my game. So you're going to see the card. You're going to see all the options over here. If you have a card, if I wanted to sell this beautiful 1996 hoops, Jordan Pippen head-to-head, PSA 10, I could just hit sell right here. I could put it in a weekly auction. I could say, you know what, I'm going to list it, buy it now in this bull market and sell it for a fortune. I could share an image of this card with someone across the world in 30 seconds. I can put it in a special folder of Michael Jordan shared cards. I can change my owner value if I don't believe that Card Ladder got it right. If I think this is worth more than $300, which I do believe it is, I could change my owner value. That way, when I look at my card portfolio, it is more accurately representative of the value. I never really mess with that, but you can. You can also just have them bring this to the next card show you go to. You can also transfer the item to another owner. If you get a deal done and the other person that bought the card from you has a Fanatics Vault, you can instantly, for free, transfer that card to that buyer in the Fanatics Vault instantly right after you catch your PayPal payment, right? And do a private deal and just move it from your vault to his vault instead of paying shipping, paying insurance, paying vault extraction fees and all that stuff. So a long way to say card number 10 on my list is this card right here. Pay attention because I want to know, if I've got cards in the wrong order, I want to hear what your opinion is. But I've got the Jordan Pippen head-to-head as card number 10. And again, we're ranking these based on what I think is the cards in order of the most demand from the hobby. Number 1, I don't think is even arguable, to be quite honest with you. Here's number 9. Number 9 is a big card, right? And it's a tricky one because it's 3 cards in one. This is the 1996 Stadium Club Class Axe, and you're looking at the refractor parallel of this card. Remember, there is a refractor, there is a base, and then there's an atomic refractor. And the reason this card's shared is you're probably wondering, well, where's Stackhouse? Where's Stackhouse? Well, there he is. Stackhouse is right here on the back, and there's the card number, so Stackhouse is properly slabbed on the back. But there's Stack right there. He was supposed to be the next Jordan, as was Vince Carter, as was Harold Miner, as was, keep going, man, just fill in the blanks. They kept trying to find the next Jordan, and there wasn't a next Jordan, and there still hasn't been a next Jordan. Depending on how you feel about Larry Hughes, there's not been another Jordan. So there's your Stackhouse, and if I kind of go backwards here, I think I can show you, yeah, here's all my Class Acts. And so you've got an atomic refractor, PSA 10, a base, PSA 10, the refractor PSA 10, and then I've got a nice little atomic refractor PSA 9 that's in weekly auction 192. So guys, that's an auction that's ending on September 21st, 2025. So about a month from the time I'm recording this video. So if you're looking for a nice clean atomic refractor copy that's not perfect, but again, these are hard to find, September 21st, weekly auction number 192. That's card number 9. Card number 8, I can't tell you guys how much I love this card. I love the freaking card. It's a Stadium Club card, so you know there's a members only. I'm about to show it to you. This is a card you can still get for around $1,000. I don't know, maybe a little bit more now. It's maybe running a little bit. And this one is slabbed backwards with Jordan on the front. This is a card where you better tell PSA, hey, I want Jordan on the front of my card, and I want this guy, the glove, I want GP on the back, right? Otherwise, they're going to slab it with GP on the front. And again, the reason I say that is look at the card number down here. This is card number 9 in the set, and there's your card number right there, TC9. So theoretically, the East should be on the back and the West should be on the front. I love this card. Again, not crazy value, but I did mention that there is a members only version. Here's your members only BGS 9.5 copy right there. So got both of those in gem mint condition, of course. PSA 10, PSA 9. Card number 7 on the list is going to be the first appearance of, spoiler alert, the first appearance of a 1998 Finest Mystery card. This one features Eddie Jones on the front of the card, and Michael Jordan, again, is supposed to be on the back, so he's on the back, but I could probably get this reslabbed, and Michael Jordan on the back. So there is a Kobe Bryant Michael Jordan card just like this, which you might see later in this list, of course, but this is the Eddie Jones version. It's in the hierarchy as well because it is a completely different card. It's a different card in the set. This is number M20 in the set. The Kobe version, which, okay, spoiler alert, you're about to see it soon. It's coming up, right? We'll have a different, completely different insert number because Kobe and Jordan is different than Eddie Jones and Jordan. And what's funny is back in the 90s when people were pulling cards out of packs, if they saw a Laker and they saw a single digit and they saw he was a shooting guard and they saw he was a black guy and they saw he was, doing something real athletic and they saw he was about 6'6", about 220, it's like, it's real easy to confuse Kobe and Eddie Jones when you're pulling cards out of packs and you're moving quickly. And so this card probably pissed a lot of people off over the years when they pulled it out, thinking it was the Kobe version, but it was the Eddie Jones version. But the funny thing about this is the Eddie Jones refractor with Jordan is really expensive in PSA 10 because everybody who's got one graded the Kobe Jordan, of course, but a lot of people didn't grade the Jordan Eddie Jones back in the day, or maybe they didn't turn it over and realize Michael Jordan was even on the back of the damn card. Can you imagine that? Like, you pull an Eddie Jones refractor and you're like, crap. You throw it down to the side and you never go back to look at it and you don't realize that Jordan's on the back and now it's a $10,000 card in PSA 10. But here's the PSA 10 version of the base card as well, which is also a really tough card. About $500 here. Even the Refractor 9 for Eddie Jones, card ladder says, it's about $1,500. Not a cheap card, right? I think we're on to card number 5 on our list. So the top half of the top 10. This card, I think, probably surpasses that Eddie Jones, and this is the, Jordan's greatest ever teammate. No matter what anybody says about Luke Longley or Bill Winnington, I think Pippen was the greatest teammate Jordan ever had. $487 maybe for this BGS 9.5. I'd love to get it in a 10. The 10's probably $5,000. It literally is probably 10x whatever the BGS 9.5 is. This card, it's really tough to show in a 2D image because you can't tell, but this like split down the middle, see how it's like game breakers and they're breaking the card in half? This is actually translucent, so if you put your hand behind the card and you can see it better on the back, that is not a black line there. It's just the 2D image that was taken by Fanatics, and they take great photos. It's not their fault. You just can't show in 2D what you could show in 3D. So if I had this card in hand right now and I held it up here, you could actually see my hand behind the card. It's actually clear. That black line is actually clear, and so you can see through the card, which is really cool. But I've got this card at number 5 on the list because of the higher demand, generally speaking, for Jordan and Pippen versus Jordan and Caffey, Jordan and Peyton, Jordan and Stackhouse, Jordan and, whoever, fill in the blank, right? Jordan and Pippen is probably the one you're looking for. Pippen is surpassed, however, by the great Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, and that's what this is you're looking at here. So you got Jordan on the front in one of my favorite Michael Jordan images on any card anywhere in the world, and you're looking at a PSA 10 Atomic Refractor, which puts this card in pretty rare company. On the back is where you're going to find the Dream, and there is the Dream himself. This one does not have very much greening. None of the Atomics are perfect, but this one's pretty good by Atomic standards. What I want to show you, however, is that there is not only an Atomic Refractor right there, which I have in PSA 10, there's also a base version of this card, which I only have in a 9, which is weird, right? And then there's a regular refractor version of this card, which I also have in a 9. So to have the Atomic in a 10, crazy rare, probably a whatever, $15,000 card, $20,000 card, I don't know. It's something crazy right now. And then I only have the regular refractor in a 9 and the base in a 9. You know how that works on my nerves. You know how I am and how I like to collect. So yes, that does drive me crazy. Card number 3 on the list is the other game breakers, right? We saw the Pippen game breakers, 96 Fleer. Now we're seeing the Rodman game breakers, 97 Fleer. The pack odds on this one are way different and way tougher than the pack odds on the 96 game breakers. This is the big one, right? And it's got Rodman and Jordan. There's not that many Jordan and Rodman cards out there, and there's really not that many meaningful Jordan and Rodman cards out there. This might be the best, and again, I'm throwing out patch autos and exquisite if those are out there, I'm sure, right? But I'm talking about just like cards, right? No autos, no patches, none of that stuff. This might be the rarest and most valuable Michael Jordan Rodman card in the world. Card Ladder pegs it at about $8,000, something like that. I tend to agree. It could go for a lot in a PSA 10, man. There's just not a high PSA 10 population. So this is a great image of Jordan, and if you notice, it's just a bunch of Spalding basketballs in the back, and then Jordan's doing his thing. I don't know what Rodman's doing there. I guess it looks like he's like going in for a left-handed layup, which he's never in his life shot one of those, so I'm guessing he's maybe on the way down from getting a rebound. Card number 2 and card number 1 are both going to feature the Bean. They're going to feature the Mamba. They're going to feature Kobe Jelly Bean's son, Kobe Bean Bryant, and of course there's a cameo on there by this alien creature right here named Sam Cassell. But this is the 98 Finest Mystery Refractors, Jordan and Bryant, and you got Jordan right there on the front. You got Kobe, young Kobe, active menace on defense, Kobe right there on the back. And this is the refractor. There's also a regular version of this card which appears completely separately in the hierarchy because that's how important it is. And the cool thing about this is I've got them both. I've got a BGS 10 of the refractor, which is a 2. So this $6,000 value right there, you can flush that down the toilet. Card Ladder missed on that one. And then you've got, and as you can see, the base is even $2,500. So I can assure you that card right there is not selling for $6,000. The base right here, same card, just doesn't refract, right? And that's Jordan and Kobe again. And then card number 1, by now, if you haven't got it, you're not really a Jordan collector. You're not even a basketball card collector. You should get this, guys. It's clearly this one. And again, we're measuring by demand. And I've got lucky to have a BGS 10 copy of this as well. So I might be the only person. In fact, I'm going to go on a limb. I'm the only person in the world that's got BGS 10 East-West, and I'm BGS 10 Mystery Finest. I don't think anybody else in the world's got that because there's only 2 of the, East-West. I mean, there's only 2 of the Mystery Finest. But Jordan on the front, everybody should recognize this one. And we got Kobe on the back. And again, card numbers on the back. So these cards should be slabbed east front, west back, right? It's just the way it is. Sorry if you collect Olajuwon or Gary Payton or Kevin, whatever. But east front, west back. And a buddy of mine here in town has this complete set in PSA 10, which is an impressive feat and maybe the only of its kind. Card Ladder says this card's about a $9,000 card. Probably right. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. But even the base, $2,400 for the base card right here. So that's my list, guys. Let me know what you guys think about me and my list. Is this crazy? Is this a weird idea? These are the kind of things that I wake up at 2:45 in the morning thinking about, and then I roll over out of bed. I'm not even awake. I grab my phone, I hit the voice memo, and I put it into notes. Actually, I put it into my Microsoft calendar. Add to calendar. Video about cards with Jordan and other players, top 10, and then I go back to sleep. However, today I did not go back to sleep. I was up at 2:45 after I thought of that in my head, and so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to bring the people what they want. A weird, wacky, wild Michael Jordan video with a top 10 list that nobody else in the hobby would think of except for yours truly. If you want to support the channel, if you want more crazy lists like this and crazy videos that come completely out of left field and you never know what to expect, tune into the Cajun Cardboard channel, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell icon for notifications. And for sure, if you're thinking about using Fanatics, you're welcome to message me with questions. But I highly recommend that you use the promo code Cajun when you submit your cards to Fanatics. You will support the channel, and I'll keep bringing you guys the most consistent basketball card content in the universe. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.